Vaping is very popular in the UK, however. We have a huge take-up of vaping and electronic cigarettes, a very active industry, a lot of innovation. And how did this come about? It was an early decision by the Cameron government in 2010 to resist the call to ban vaping on the precautionary grounds that it might be dangerous. And sure enough, we have over 3 million vapers in the UK. 98% of them are ex-smokers. We have the lowest cigarette consumption per capita in the G7 and the second lowest in Europe, one of the lowest incidences of lung cancer. It is now officially encouraged in the UK. It is said to be 95% safer, and Public Health England, the Association of Directors of Public Health, the Royal College of Physicians, the Royal Society for Public Health, these have all said vaping is a good thing. The Department of Health of the UK government said in 2017, we will help people quit smoking by permitting innovative technologies that minimize the risk of harm. We will maximize the availability of safer alternatives to smoking. That doesn't mean that everybody's convinced. We have a lot of media opposition to vaping. A lot of doctors are still opposed to it. It's still a very live debate. On the whole, prohibition has a track record of making products more dangerous. In the European Union, we have banned genetically modified crops. We haven't quite banned them, but we've made them almost impossible to introduce. And that has resulted in a higher use of pesticides in agriculture in the European Union than elsewhere. It is a very clear example of where a precautionary principle has led to greater harm than if we had gone down an innovative route. The big example, of course, is US prohibition on drink 100 years ago in 1920. It was a failure. It only lasted 10 years before it was repealed, but during that time it drove the alcohol industry underground, where its products became unsafe, its profits very lucrative and tax-free, and its methods became very violent. Spirits tended to replace beer, so weak alcohol was replaced by strong alcohol, and many countries have since taken the view that it is better to legalize, regulate, and tax drink than to ban it. Much the same has happened around the world with cannabis. If the world had followed a decriminalize and discourage strategy for the likes of cannabis, it would probably now not be as dangerous, as lethally strong as it has become. And therefore, and it would also be less lucrative to dealers. In the US, the prohibition strategy has been tried for vaping. There is an official attempt to ban it. It's killed 33 people and led to the injuries to 1,500 people, earning the wrath of the Centers for Disease Control. Why is it so much more dangerous in America than in England? Because all of those cases of harm are linked to the illegal use of THC oil, an ingredient of cannabis, in vaping devices, particularly those obtained off the street or from other informal sources, to quote the CDC. So again, prohibition has led to a black market, to criminal activity, to dangerous products in a way that decriminalization would not have done. Even the nicotine e-cigarettes in America are much stronger than those allowed in Britain. A typical Juul is 3 times as strong as the kind of thing you can buy in the UK.